Welcome everybody. So I hope all of you can listen to me. So I'm going live on Instagram and on Facebook at the same time for the very first time. And this is Money Consciousness Podcast, episode number 1, how to get out of lack state of money. So that's what we are going to discuss. And this Money Consciousness Podcast is going to be about looking at different stages in our life with respect to money, and we are going to also kind of refer to different books and learn from different concepts that beautiful books have given us. Also, one of the major concentration or focus or emphasis that we are going to have in this money consciousness podcast is to start implementing. Hello Sudha, thank you so much for joining me on Instagram already. So today in this first episode, as I said, the title is going to be how to get out of lack state of money. And for this question, as I looked into all the different kind of books that we had been going through in the Money Consciousness Academy, the book that came up was Creating Money, Attracting Abundance. So this book is written by Sanaya Roman. And in this book, we are going to kind of go into 2-3 pages that this book consists of. So we are going to take some concepts that's being kind of taught to us in this book. And then the second part of this podcast, I'm going to discuss more on how we can deliberately apply the daily practice, how we can apply certain exercises, tools, certain type of meditation and energy work that we can do to get out of the lack state of money. So, all right, I'm now going into the book. I'm using my Kindle ebook reader. So I'm going to read just one passage out from this particular book, and I'm on chapter 8. If any of you are kind of looking at the book, I'm on chapter 8 in the Creating Money, Attracting Abundance book written by Sanaya Roman. Okay, so this chapter 8 speaks about 4 states of money flow. So these are the 4 basic states of flow that you might experience. The first one is the calm state. The calm state is when money coming in is equal to the money going out. So that's what is called calm. So the calm state, there is the ebb state, there is also the flow state, and then there is the flat state. So the calm state, imagine, money coming in equals money going out. So that's the calm state. The second state that the book talks about is the flow state. The flow state is when you are receiving more money than what is going out. So there is this huge flow of money coming in. So that's the second state. And the third state is the ebb state. The ebb state is the money that's coming in is less than the money going out. So then imagine, ebb is like, going down, your income going down and your expenses going high. So that's the ebb state. And then the last one, the fourth state, is called the flat state. So the flat state is no money in, no money out. So these are the 4 major basic states of money flow abundance that the book speaks about. So I'm going to read one other passage from the book. If you are in a calm or a flat state, also the book says that this is kind of cyclical, right? Or cyclical. It just goes up and down like cycles. So when you are experiencing different states, we just have to be aware of, oh, looks like, in my case, I'm going to give you a lot of examples of this from my life. So looks like I was in that kind of flow state, let's say 2 months back. So right now, as far as now the recording goes, this is August 2021. So let's say the May month, June month, I was experiencing that kind of huge flow state. And then there was a little kind of going down into the ebb state, or maybe even the flat state. So this is also one of the reasons why I could, look at all of these studies and looking at myself and asking, okay, so something is going down. So what is this all about? So let's go deeper into this. If you are in a calm or a flat state where money coming in and going out in equal amounts, or there is no movement at all, right? That's the calm state or the flat state. When this happens, look at your own energy, that your own energy might not be moving. So the flow of money in your life also is in alignment with flow of your own energy. So just tap into your own energy and see where that flow doesn't exist, is what the book says. So look at where your own energy might not be moving. You want both money and your personal energy to flow. By unblocking your energy, you can create more money in your life, is what is being said from the book. Okay, so now so one of the beautiful affirmations that is coming up in this book here is, my energy is open and flowing in every area of my life. So even if you want to just close your eyes and just say that affirmation, my energy is open and flowing in every area of my life. And tapping into where is my energy not flowing? Where am I? And I can also see from my personal experience, whenever I go into the judgment of myself that, oh, something is wrong, right? So there is no money flow coming in. I'm doing something wrong here. The minute I go into that judgment, I see my energy is not flowing. My energy is getting stuck because of my own judgments about myself. So in this case, that stuck energy is creating that lack, is creating more lack and putting myself into the ebb state once again. So that is not helping. And this is what we call as, going into the negative spiral. So this entire conversation is going to be, how can we take ourselves out of that negative spiral? And in order for that, I'm moving on to chapter 9 in this book, which speaks about coming out of survival, is the particular chapter 9, coming out of survival. So I'll just read one other passage and then I'll go deeper into it. If you are experiencing an ebb with more money going out than coming in, do not panic. I guess that's what all of us do in the first hand, right? We immediately go into the panic of something is wrong, emergency button is turned on. So do not panic, do not lose confidence in yourself or think that somehow you have failed. And that's an interesting word. We go into the judgment of ourselves that I have failed somewhere. I have did some mistake somewhere. I have gone into some wrongness. So that's exactly the position, the state that we go into the self-judgment of ourselves, which takes us even deeper into the negative spiral. So therefore, do not panic, do not lose confidence in yourself or think that somehow you have failed. The challenge of an ebb state is to believe in your future prosperity. First of all, even understanding that there exist such cycles of money flow at least gives us that little bit of confidence that, okay, it's not because I'm doing something wrong here. It is natural state of up and down. And also understanding why such up and down stuff happens and learning what we need to learn in all different cycles, easier we can get out of it. So that's where I'm going into. The challenge of an ebb state is to believe in your future prosperity. Everything on earth is cyclical and all phases are temporary, is what the book says. So the ebb state is also temporary. The flow state could be temporary. The flat state will also be temporary. And the calm state will also be temporary. So just knowing that, okay, this is a temporary state that I'm in, I can take myself out of the state with the belief and the confidence that I have in myself. So the more we can stand in our true power of confidence and knowing that this feels like, at least in my case, when this happens, it just feels like as if I'm being tested by the universe. As if the universe is asking me, Vishnu, do you truly believe in yourself? When there is a lot of money coming in, you're super happy, you're confident, you're amazing, you're celebrating, great. When there isn't enough money coming in, when there is a stop in the flow of money, do you still feel confident in yourself? Do you still have the self-belief? Do you still trust in yourself? So that kind of, it feels, at least to me, it feels like I'm writing an exam, I'm writing a test. The test, I'm being tested by the universe to see whether I can keep up my confidence. Can I keep up my self-belief? Can I keep up my self-trust? In the process, can I also raise and increase my self-confidence, self-belief, and self-trust in myself? That's my side of things. So going back into the book, for every ebb, there is a flow that will follow. So if that income is dipping, for example, having that confidence, having that belief that for every ebb, the flow will come again. I'm ready for the flow to come in. And the more I can believe that flow is about to get started, I'm choosing to have that flow in my life, the easier it gets. Okay, so I'm going to do one more passage and then we are going to discuss about the action steps. If you have a short or long-term drop in your income, remember that it will be temporary and focus on what you are learning from this experience. So this is where I said, if that ebb state is serving for something good, right? Just like how in the flow state, we are happy, amazing, money is flowing in. Similarly, ebb state also has something very crucial to our learning and development. Our growth actually depends on such kind of ebb states that comes in, that brings us so many lessons, that brings us so many awareness, that also helps us grow exponentially rather than the flow state itself. So in my perspective, the ebb state is more valuable for me to grow. It helps me grow like quantum leap. I can jump during the ebb state, and that jump takes me back into the flow state. So every time there is that ebb, that dip comes in, are you able to quantum leap and jump back to the flow and create more flow for yourself? So this is literally a practice of jumping up high rather than allowing yourself to go deeper into the hole. And you go deeper into the hole when you start judging yourself, when you start judging the entire thing, that something wrong I did, something is not working, this is wrong, that is right, this is tough. So all sorts of judgment that we have about ourselves puts us deeper and deeper into the hole. How do you make the jump? How do you make that quantum leap? You do it with the confidence, the self-belief, and the trust. Also, little more stuff from the book, which is remember that this will be temporary and focus on what you are learning from this experience. Okay, this ebb state is happening now. What am I learning from this? It is rare company that doesn't go through up and down in the flow, in the flow of sales created by natural business cycles. All of that is coming from the book. As you reach higher and higher levels of mastery with manifesting, you will be able to draw to you what you need when you need it, and you will be less affected by these natural cycles. So that brings up another important point here. It's not that we always have to go through this up and down cycle. Instead, the more we learn or master the principles of manifesting, this entire cycles will get less and less, and then you will be able to continue maintaining the higher flow levels. So, but until we reach that kind of level of mastery, that kind of cycles is going to come up and down. The more we can learn from these ebb state and continue growing ourselves, we can reach higher and higher levels. So then the next two lines from the book, use the ebb periods to get even clearer about money in your life. Continue to magnetize and ask yourself, what is the advantage in this situation? What is this situation? What is this ebb state teaching me at this time? What are my life lessons that I'm learning here? And what new changes, what new choices can I make that will help me quantum leap and create more flow for myself? So there is always something right about everything that's happening in our lives. So what is right about the situation? What can I learn from this? What new awareness am I gaining? I am ready and willing for my personal growth. So what is this ebb state teaching me now? the more we are able to take that lessons, now a greater wave can come in, a greater flow can come in that can surpass even your past flow levels. For example, let's say you've had like a past month, or maybe your usual income is $5,000 a month, let's say. And this ebb state came in where your income just dropped to maybe $2,000 or even dropped to zero. The more we can learn those lessons, the life lessons that's teaching us, now you can jump onto even higher levels of income, 6,000, 7,000, and break all the ceilings that you had in the prior, flow. So that's one of the gifts that this particular flow state brings in, the ebb state brings in. Okay, so then there is always a higher reason for changes in the flow. So the flow doesn't happen for no purpose. That different states of flow is coming in for your highest and best good. There is always a higher reason for it. Since you have more free time during the cycle, use this to start doing things that you want to do, acquire new knowledge, think, relax, explore new avenues. So all of that is being suggested in the book. Also, you might want to look at new directions that your work might take and explore new ideas that are merging. And literally, we had certain clearing sessions in this past week with the students of Money Consciousness Academy. And this is one of the major things that came up, which was, what new direction are you being shown at this point in your life? So if you are in an ebb state, ask yourself, am I being led in a new way? This happened to me just last month, I guess the July month, towards the mid-July. I experienced this same kind of ebb, or I might even call it like a flat state. There was no income coming in for almost 10 to 15 days. And that's not normal for me. For me, the normal is I receive income almost every day. And when there was no income coming in, I was like, wow, what is this all about? What is this teaching me? What lessons can I learn here? Is there a new direction that I'm being shown? What is the new direction? Where is my life telling me to turn here? It literally felt like a turning point in my life. And I could see that the gates of money has been closed for a good reason. So what is that good reason? And I was able to tap into, the more I was asking, okay, I have closed down my flow of money. I'm the creator of my life. I'm the creator of my reality. I have closed the flow of money into my life. For what reason? What's the rightness about this? What new direction is coming up? Right? So the more I was able to be in that energy, I could sense this entire creation. The Money Consciousness Academy was launched in the first week of August as a result of the ebb state that I experienced in the month of July. And I'm able to jump from that ebb state back into the flow state, or back into the creation state, only because I just, as I said, there were few conversations I was having, and I could see how most of us are going into the judgment instead of going into the rightness of everything. Instead of looking at what is right about it, what is good about this, what am I trying to learn here, what new awareness can I gain, what new creations can I create, how is this ebb state serving me for my highest and best good? The minute I put myself into that question, now I'm being shown the new creations, the new light, the new path, the new turn that I'm ready to take in my career, in my life at this point in time. So then, what is true success? For me, just this morning, I was getting this kind of message. The true success is being capable of looking at the rightness in everything. When I go into the judgment of myself or the judgment of the life that I'm living, judgment of others, that's when I'm actually failing, or failing doesn't really fit here. But still, my true success is my capability of looking at the positive side of things, the rightness in everything. The more I can stay there, success will always come to me. So then what's right about it? Could be one of the major questions that we have to function from, and not allowing ourselves to go into the addiction that all of us might have with regards to the judgment, the self-judgment. All right, so going back into just one more statement from the book, there would be new ideas coming in your mind, just waiting to be explored. Pay attention to those whispers for the things that you love to do, as well as to your dreams and visions. So one of the things that I also kind of tapped into is, what is my true dream? What is my vision here? And the more I can align myself to that dream, to that vision, the easier the pathway becomes. Alrighty, so now we are, oh, interesting. Just one more statement, a very important statement, which is, the more you can appreciate the gifts that you're receiving while the tide is out, the more rapidly the tide will come back in. So can you be in the energy of appreciation of lack of money? Or can we only do the judgment when there is lack of money? Will we be able to appreciate, oh, wow, looks like I stopped my money flow. Great, amazing. What's right about this? Oh, wow, this new direction is coming into my life. Great, I'm willing to go through that new path. Instead of, what's wrong about this? Nothing is working, all sorts of judgments. So then we literally have to pull ourselves out of that negative spiral and put ourselves into the truth of light. And from the light, we can see that everything that's happening in our life is perfect. It's amazing. It's taking us through the right path. If the Ebb State did not occur last month, this month, I wouldn't have happened to launch the Money Consciousness Academy. So is the Ebb State truly a gift or no? For me, it is. The Ebb State is a gift in my life. If I'm willing to appreciate that gift, I can now bring new creations into the world. I can now bring new money flow into my life. Okay, so then let's now discuss about the action step or the energy work that you can do. So I'm going to assume, let's say at this point in time, let's say we are in that kind of ebb state, which means no money is coming in, or the money that's coming in is very less. So then how can we take ourselves out of this negative spiral and put ourselves back into the higher vibrational frequency? First is trusting and knowing that the new tide is just about to begin. And imagine yourself literally. So the energy work is closing your eyes, sitting with yourself, and imagining that beautiful waves that you might see in an ocean or beach, right? Imagine yourself, and if all of us can do it right now, so let's do it. Imagine yourself sitting in the seashore, looking at the waves that's initiating from far behind towards the end that you can see, and see that huge wave coming up, and see the magnificence of the wave, and see it going down, coming up again, and going down, and coming up again. And every time the wave goes down, the wave has the belief, has the confidence that I'm going to go up high again. Can we bring in that energy and feel ourselves going with that wave? And when you go down, what would it take for you to enjoy as much as you go up, with the excitement that the next high wave is coming in? So let's imagine that you are in that low state or the ebb state, and see that beautiful, big, huge wave that's just about to come in. And bring in that confidence, that self-belief, that trust. Yes, the wave is just about to begin. And this ebb state is my gift. What gift does this state has for me? And from this space, going into those questions of what is right about this? What is the advantage of this situation in my life? What are the new lessons that I'm learning here? Where is my soul guiding me? And where is that next success? What is the new direction that I'm being led to take at this time in my life? Which new pathway can I turn to? What is the new direction? And I'm willing, letting loose of all my fixed points of view that this is how my life should look like, releasing it all and allowing the flow to take you to that space, allowing your soul to take you high up and allowing and showing you the new direction. The minute you let go of all your judgments, now you are ready to move with that flow, with that waves of the ocean. So where is the ocean taking you? Where are the waves taking you? Are you willing to take a turn? And everywhere that you are resisting to take that turn, can you let that go and release it? And be in total allowance and total surrender, that energy of allowance and surrender. I am ready to take the turn. I am ready to be led by my soul. I am ready to change, shift directions. And bring in that positive optimism and the positivity. Yes, I am ready for the next wave. I am ready to take that quantum leap, to jump to my next new greater heights of my life. And allowing your connection to your soul, your connection to this infinite universe to guide you to take there. So now, all of you can kind of open your eyes if you're ready. So how do you apply this? And this is going to be like a daily practice for the next 1 week. This show is going to happen once a week, every Friday at this time, 12 p.m. IST. So I'll come back to you next week. But until then, your homework, if you choose to do so, or I would rather call it the energy work. So daily morning or whenever, whatever the time it is, but for me, I choose to do it like in the mornings. So bringing in that positivity consciously. Everything is good, everything is perfect. I am taking this quantum leap. I know my soul is guiding me to the new direction. Bringing in all of that positivity and being totally in alignment with your soul. Show me the new direction. Show me what is my next step to take. The more you can ask those questions going within, the easier you will be led. So each and every day at different moments, anytime that negative thought patterns, that negative judgments comes up, allowing yourself to pull it out from you and throw it away, because that doesn't help anyways. So releasing all the judgments and continuing to reprogram yourself with that positivity. And this is literally, we might have to practice this moment by moment basis. I might have this entire show and you might, just, let's say we are finishing up the show and the next minute a negative thought might come in, oh, something is wrong, this is not working. So what would you do then? Once again, consciously applying, it's a homework that you do literally every moment of your life. And that homework for life, for every moment, is shifting that negative glasses into the positive glasses and being totally willing to be led. What's my next step? Every judgment that comes up in your mind, turning that into a question. What's my next step? Where is this leading me? Which direction can I turn? What new choices can I make? Where is that flow of money? What am I here for? What are my soul's choices? What is in the highest and best good of me? So allowing yourself to ask thousands of questions and then taking that beautiful turn as it comes in. That's the end of our show. Thank you so much for all of you here on Instagram who are live, and thank you all of you watching on Facebook. I'm truly, truly grateful for every one of you choosing to listen to me, also choosing to improve yourself through all of this personal work that you're doing. Thank you for being you, and I'm going to see you next week, same time. Have a beautiful week. Bye-bye.